Hey, howdy, hey. If you think my hair looks a little wet, that's because it is. I just got out of the shower. See, I'm not feeling the best right now. I woke up with a very pretty strong fever this morning. I felt like death. Um, and I'm still not, like, completely uncongested. So that kind of sucks. In fact, I've got some tea right here. No, it's called Bedtime Blend. It's got, like, chamomile in it. And, uh, like licorice, which I thought was really nice. I don't know. Have I talked about licorice before? The licorice thing? I feel like I have. Feel free to tell me in the comments if I haven't. If not, like, if somebody's never heard it before, uh, I guess I could tell it again. Um, it might have been last episode for all I know. Like, see, I have been sleeping for most of the day since. Ooh, that is a very, very good question. I think I went to bed around 10 or 9:30. And then that's a very good question. When did I know I woke up this morning because I had to let my boss know that I couldn't come in. I think that was around 5. Then I, took a 2-hour nap. So that's like 8 hours already. Um, then I stayed long enough to cook something to eat. And report my hours today. And whew, then just took another nap, and then I was like, I'm feeling pretty zesty here. So, um, yeah, that's not great. Cause if there's one, like, here's the thing, I used to like hate. I wouldn't say I hate. I was just lazy. Now it's like the feeling of zest, or in this case, bacterial buildup on my body, which usually causes that odor. It's just the feeling kind of bugs me a bit. I feel like I'm, unironically being a lazy piece of shit. Um, these the Lorna's gloves, Peller's bracelets. The fuck? Why haven't I equipped these? Oh my god, that sucks. Oh wait, what? Oh, I was like, no way, I didn't equip the better item. It's like, who the fuck do you think I am? Disciples Pants of Intellect. Did I get these? 31 intellect. Ooh, absolutely. Thing is, I can't even tell. Yeah, that's a green item. That means I probably looted that. Glue material. Nice. Oh, and he sniffs just as I say that. Awesome. Peak comedy. But yeah, so I basically stayed awake to do some of the most basic tasks. I also found a buyer for a piece of for my old graphics card and my old power supply. Because after letting those things sit for a bit, it's like, I should sell them and at least get some money. They made a counter offer. I'm like, you know what? That sounds like a pretty good offer. I'll take that. So that meant my week became a lot busier than it already was. And there's some other stuff that's been going on too. Like, my dad is stuck in another state right now. One that it would be inordinate to drive. Mainly because he also doesn't have a car on him. And, so yeah, that's something, So, it's a bit, my week's been a bit weird. Do I need, wait, actually, how much, I have 1 gold. And I have an 8 slot. Oh, okay, never mind. Um, Even today, it's like, yeah, I have just kind of been, like I said, sleeping most of today. You know, um, and because of my schedule being changed, I have to then record this when I'm not exactly feeling the best. So you might imagine um, how that might, I find that a little bit, yeah, whatever. You could say, oh, why don't you just not put out a recording for a week? Like, yeah, I guess, but like, whew, I don't really see the point in that. See, my fever's finally started to go down. I feel a little bit better. I'm still congested though. Um, you going the right way? Yeah, I am. Um, and you know, it's not the biggest deal. Although I still will say I am a bit more out of breath because of it. That's what the tea's for. Um, and now I get to play Dark Shore. See, I've been leveling up a warrior as my main. This guy's kind of seen as my alt, more or less. Holy shit. God, it's actually been a while since I've been in Dark Shore. If I'm not mistaken. Oh, did I accident? Oh, wait. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. Oops. I forgot, like, my key bindings are, like, super weird. Um, yeah, I'm gonna have to fix that. Cause like, yeah, I started essentially trying to do the key bindings for um, my warrior, and I'm not like changing the key bindings themselves. But I am probably going to. Whoa. Okay, Coolio. Are those not the right ones? Damn it. Here I have got to change that. So we're probably gonna do this. No, yeah, that's gonna be good. Yeah. He's not got near as many spells as my other characters. Um, so it shouldn't be as big of an issue. Actually, you know what? I need to take my medicine now. Now, kids, don't do this at home. Not only because this, tip is crispy since the last time I had some, but you're supposed to measure these out. I, like most Irishmen, take a 2 second pour sort of situation. Or a little less than 2 seconds. Well, no, actually, because the viscosity is higher, yeah, 2 seconds is about right. You might say, what the fuck does that even mean? And if you're over the age of 21, you know exactly what that means. Whew. See, uh, yeah, oh god, I can just hear the comments like, what the actual fuck? um, a 2 second pour refers to a estimation of how much alcohol is poured in 2 seconds. There are other methods, such as a finger pour, which is used for high strength alcohol, such as whiskey. Yeah, I remember I got ribbed. I wouldn't say ribbed, but I remember that when some family friends came over, uh, he was seeing me, this kid he's known since I was rather young, start getting like down on my knee to where the counter and glass are eye level, and measuring like I would like a science experiment, because of the meniscus, which is the difference in level, um, where the liquid in question might not like be all the way flat as it touches the surface of a glass. Oh no, he's dead. Oh, okay, good, good, good. Um, and oh god. So, but like, what does this have to do with anything? I'm just rambling now. What was I talking about again? Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So mainly, it's just an estimation of the alcohol in a particular pour. Damn. And but like, okay, how's that's for alcohol? Downed, um, you just downed some cough syrup, and well, yeah, sometimes you don't have that little shot glass that they give you, so you know, I just did an estimate, about the amount of time it takes to pour one. So, it's about accurate enough, more or less. You know, and that just means I don't have to take that for a long time now. Close to about 6 hours, I think. I don't know. Uh, I have fun here. Much as I can. Oh, wow. Nice. Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to playing a spellcaster since I do melee in my off time. And actually, some of you might notice that I have key bindings now. I don't know. I joined a guild under the pretense of raiding, so I'm like, oh shit. That means I'm gonna have to like get used to key binding and mouse turning all over again, because I had started to do that a little bit into my time of playing World of Warcraft. And wait, did I not rescue this asshole? What? Okay. What? Wait, did I? Oh. Oh, I think I walked past them. I assumed some of them were supposed to die. Oh, yeah, this guy starts a whole quest line. Nice. Yeah, and, where did I go? What was I talking about? Yeah, it's just like I lose my train of thought a lot more easily now. Mainly because I'm sick, but also because that's just me. It's me. Yeah, I gotta start writing shit down. Oh yeah, those are my notes from last session, as well as my farming. Oh yeah, I made a warrior my off time. That's what I was talking about. And now you might think, oh, so you're a prot, right? I'm like, no. No, they're not particularly picky. In fact, mainly they just need DPS and heals. So, yeah, I can as long as there are DPS and heals. I can kind of care less who it is, you know. Yeah. Okay. 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 I actually, I know I say this about every zone I'm in, but I do like Dark Shore. Dark Shore is always pretty fun. I know some people do not like Dark Shores. Actually, I'm gonna get rid of Shadow Bolt. It's not exactly my favorite for this. I'm just gonna put that there. Okay. Yeah. Okay, coolio. It doesn't fit the true damage over time aesthetic, so I'm not gonna bother with that. And my glorious lunch today that I painstakingly did was order DoorDash. you know. Um, and I got spicy nuggets from Wendy's. Um, and now normally I try not to eat too much fast food close to each other. But like, yeah, we don't have much in the house. I wanted to leave the house as little as possible. Um, so yeah, but I want something spicy. I don't like I used to get a lot of this ramen. That's really spicy, but I don't anymore because I'm not eating as much ramen. Oh, good lord. Um, yeah, I'm just not eating as much ramen. By choice. So I needed something a little spicier, even though I had Wendy's like literally a few days ago. I'm trying to eat a little bit more of my healthy foods, like my chicken. Um, whew. I just, it wasn't really that spicy, so I just did. I needed something else. Oh yeah, here we are. Um, what? Oh yeah. You know what? I might keybind it a little differently. What are my keybinds now? Options, keybinds. Do I have? So I used action bar 1, action bar 2. Do I have any of the numbers bound? Huh. Yeah, I have a lot of those numbers bound. Let's see. Do I have the letter B? I do have B bound. What else do I have bound? Something that's reasonably close to that hand. Because I was just using it to bind to this, but like that's not super helpful actually, if I'm being honest. I really need to get more buttons for this. Yeah, I just got this mouse set not that long ago, but you know what? I could probably switch the keybinds just a little bit, just a little. Um, especially since I'm not currently using something like this. Let's go to movement. Actually, you know what? Oh yeah, I can't do that. Yeah. Yeah. And let's do the 5. Coolio. Yeah, that's only really a temporary fix. So I can at least jump while I move. Because you would not believe how actually annoying. Unless I auto move like this, it just wouldn't do that. And I've learned little quality of life things that I don't think I really remembered before. So like instead of just, holding everything middle mouse down for the entirety of my walk from one end of the plate zone to another, I'll just put on, this and do that. The auto walk. So like right now, I'm just going to do it now too. And then Morgan sprint as needed. Honestly, actually, I just hit level 40 recently. I think earlier. No, that was last night. Just before I basically fell asleep in my chair. I hit level 40. I'm like, yeah, ooh, yeah, baby. I do that way too often. That meme. Uh, and I was like, yeah. I still haven't. I'm wondering how. I have to look up how much gold is actually needed. To get that extra mount speed. I think that's 100%. I might also look at how much it costs for a new RAM. Because I did roll a dwarf. It's gonna be so good. And yeah, I'm gonna love this. Oh my god, my congestion's so bad. But if it continues to let up like this, I might actually go to work. I should actually be able to go to work tomorrow.
Farewell.
Go to work tomorrow. So that's good. Yeah, I don't like just hanging around all day. Yeah, I know it's not like, well, I guess it's not like I'm fucking off. Hold on, give me 1 second. Yeah, I just hawked a big old fucking loogie, and I would not wish that ASMR on my worst fucking enemy. So I just paused the recording for that. Oh my god. Yeah, there's no way I was doing that on camera. I'd literally die. Damn, bro. He gone. What? Gonna give me some leather ass bullshit. What is this? Vanilla? I need my actual stuff. Where am I going? Oh yeah, down into the depths. Yeah, it's really been actual years since I've done this quest line. In fact, yesterday I just finished the hinterlands. Well, hinterlands and a bit of plaguelands for the first time. It's actually pretty cool. I'd never actually finished the hinterlands or even played it before, but I'm like, if I'm gonna go through the Eastern Kingdoms, I might as well do the mountain quest lines. It'd be awesome. Like totally radical, bro. What else do I need? Is there anything else I need to do? No, I think I'm good. And my hair is kind of itchy now. Goodness. Oh my god. Yeah, so me and my friend are gonna watch another movie tonight. I'm kind of really debating on which one I actually want him to watch. Because you might remember I talked about how I have really been enjoying the scary movies. And one of the things I find really great about them is the step up from the first to the second. The first one's good, but not great. Whew. The third one's fantastic to me. There's a lot of those jokes that I just really enjoy. So like they remind me of some part of my life or another, and it just really is an overall great time for me. There are some I'm like, okay. I'm like, it was 2003. You know, and I'm not like an apologist for things being bad in a time. It's like, no, yeah, that was 2003. They would definitely a comedy writer in 2003 would have made a joke like that. That makes sense. It's like saying, well, not to get like, I'm trying to think of an example that's not too terribly graphic. And in poor taste, but it's like reading a children's young adult novel from the 30s, and everything's all hunky dory. There's a happy ending. Everything just works out all right, and there's no questions as to the logistics of certain things. And you might be like, didn't Scooby-Doo come out in the 60s? And I wasn't actually referring to Scooby-Doo, although you would be forgiven for that mistake. I was actually referring to the Hardy Boys Nancy Drew books. I've read several of them. In fact, I just bought some yesterday while I was still feeling good. And I actually have a older copy, right? I might actually go pick it up in a moment just to show you guys. Here, give me a second. my massive pile on my chair. I don't use it as much for reading as I did when I bought it. I just don't always read as much anymore. Now that I've got my old flame back. But yeah, I have a copy, an original copy, of What Happened at Midnight by the pseudonym Franklin W. Dixon. Let's peep that copyright year. 1931 by Gossett and Dunlap. So, yeah. And it's like when you read them, it's like, oh, nothing too bad happens. Maybe a bonk on the head. But really, the amount of bonks to the back of the head these kids get, I'm surprised they don't have like serious traumatic brain injuries. And there's one I remember where I don't remember if it was Joe or Frank. It's called the Danger of Vampire Trail or something like that. And I think it's like number 50 whatever. I think I actually have that one of my own. Lego drop. Damn, I'm gonna fix that later. Ah. Sure enough. I do indeed have it. Number 50. Yeah. Yeah, and that one, I don't know if it's towards the middle or the end, really, but one of them gets what they thought is a bite from a bat. And, I'm looking at that, having read Cujo and watched the movie, and just knowing about the transmission of rabies and how it is usually a bat. That I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, it was on the neck. You need to go to a hospital, and even so, you might just die. You know, because for those of you who don't know, I'm about to, like, if you have hypochondria like I do, knowing this at first is going to terrify you, but, the rabies virus just happens to live in the stomach of bats. So, yeah, I love them. They look super cute and cuddly, and when they eat a banana, I feel the serotonin being produced in my body. But ultimately, like, they are unintentionally just dangerous to be around. And it's not like further disposition. You can obviously get a super sweet bat. But just that added risk of rabies is, like, super dangerous. That's why, protection against bats is, like, a common thing in the country, or just in general when bats tend to appear in human dwellings. And so, but, like, rabies is also a virus that, like, generally affects only mammals. And its method of transmission is to, as soon as the bite happens, infection happens, it tries to get into the nervous system, in which case it rockets up to your brain to start its work. Right? So, like, a bite on the neck, and there's just a lot going on there, where it probably would have happened almost, like, within the next 10 minutes. He would have been dead, or a goner, really. Because once it gets to the brain, you're kind of, like, actually dead. Like, there's nothing they can do for you. That's why as soon as you get an animal bite, you're supposed to get your a round of rabies shots. And then unfortunately, they have to kill the animal. Because for some reason, I don't know what the science of it is, you can't actually test for rabies. I think it's because of the infection, since the virus really multiplies in the brain. You have to, like, take brain samples, which you can't do on a live animal. Here's to hopefully that we actually get a day where we can take samples of the brain without killing something. That would be kind of awesome. Just because, like, you see, I was at work and my coworkers wanted me to kill a spider. after I just finished saving another bug. And I was like, no, why would I do that? He's simply just vibing. And I get it, some people are really afraid of spiders, but like, I happen not to be, and I'm free to take care of it. So why don't I just do that? Because like, I don't really like, if like, the cost to do so is like an inordinate amount, I understand like not choosing not to do it. But ultimately, if it's within your power, you can just not squash the bug. Right? I know a coworker who often has her husband take care of that. And I'm like, okay, but if he's also just not afraid of spiders, why don't you have him take it outside? you know? But also can like, I don't know, it's like I have such opinions about mercilessly killing a spider like that. Like for instance, I saw this real freaky looking bug in my work, and my coworkers were just in terrified awe of it. And I'm like, but I look it up and I'm like, oh, that bug's actually a good sign to see, or a sign that you might need to call an exterminator, because he's eating all the little pest bugs, right? He smells all the pest bugs, and he wants to eat them. So he's kind of just doing free pest control, and I respect that. So, and that's kind of what I think of when I see spiders too. Is he smells something that's pretty tasty, and it's kind of like fucking up our stuff. So, I definitely have used pesticides and fungicides in the past, but like, there's been one time I actually did order, I don't know if it was lacewings or ladybugs. I know there's like that popular meme back in the day, like, why the fuck would you buy ladybugs off the internet? Pest control. Really, it's just pest control. Um, that or lacewings, but like, the ladybugs were cheaper. But like, yeah, you just buy them for pest control in your garden and release them. They will eat all the things that are fucking up your shit. And it's like really easy and helpful. Like, I remember doing that once for my carrots when I grew them that one time. And you literally, it was like night and day where that issue was. Although I've got some beetles now fucking up my raspberries. So I have to figure that one out. God damn, bro. Oh, you know what? I need to actually make a health zone. That's still recharging. If only he could do a proper British accent. That would actually be kind of hilarious. Oh, you know what? That's probably where that extra spot came from. Ooh. Damn. It's like probably because I used to have a health stone there before I logged out since the last recording. And now I actually had a coworker. It was really funny. See, I was working at another location, helping them out for a bit, and she said, don't laugh at me, but don't laugh at me, but I still read the Nancy Drew books. I just look at her. I'm like, do you know who you're talking to? God, like, I love Nancy Drew. It's literally one of my favorite book series ever. Up there with Goosebumps, Stephen King, and there have been others, like Percy Jackson was a pretty good one. It kind of started me on my road of education in just the parts of the human condition that were often suppressed, and it's not perfect, but I am appreciative for it. It's like there are some times, like with my own identity, where somebody's actually mistaken me for something else, And I always kind of feel like it's a bit of a compliment, where I'm more this ambiguous character, where I could be either or. Um, and I am comforted by that fact. Like last time I grew my hair out real long, um, like a random lady, I was at a liquor store buying something, and a random lady said, "Oh, I thought you were a girl," and I was actually quite pleased by that. That I am this ambiguous creature. And then somebody at work, who came in, assumed I was trans, and I was like, "All right." Yeah, like I don't know. I feel like I don't dress all that like feminine. Like, I paint my nails and my hair is long, but like, as for like truly feminine characteristics, I'm not sure about that. But I was flattered more or less that my appearance made them question my gender identity. That was always pretty cool when that happens to me. Cause it's nice because something about my appearance caused this person to question whether I was a traditional cisgendered male. I always think that's always pretty cool when that happens. By the way, the pronouns are he, they. I don't know if I've mentioned that before. Um, but yeah, it's for a few reasons. But yep, that's what they are. Wait, did I not create the Hellstone? Oh god, I'm gonna have to move something else. Oh, thank goodness I created the Hellstone. Awesome. Actually, you know what? I should probably get these two. I'll have to mail that after I'm done here. Not that, well, actually, the bag space in my other characters is really limited. I need to start leveling somebody who has tailoring. Because I need to start making, like, actual bags, man. Yeah, I might, like, start, like, picking out days where I play certain characters, and certain characters, will have tailoring. I think the next one here's the thing, though. Because I need to start getting more alts and everything and working on other skills. Whew. And professions. So, like, one of them will definitely have archaeology. Cooking and everything's always pretty fun, but, like, once you have one, you kind of have them all. So one of them is definitely going to have tailoring. Because, like, this server population's not huge on this one. So like mats, and so I have to like actually work on more characters, so they were more self-reliant. I might actually do I want to work on a healer? I see I'm not really good at anything but DPS, because that just takes a lot more like headspace than I'm usually willing to give it, right? I don't know, it's something that I'm not like I'm not super huge on. Um, just because, like I said, it takes a lot to do that thing. I'm not sure I'm always up to it. But maybe. I'd actually sooner become a tank than I would. What? How is it not? Oh my goodness. Fine, I'll loot this damn bear. Just start attacking him now. That was ridiculous. Where's my phone? I just heard it buzz. What the hell? No, it's not there. What the fuck? Oh, here it is. I was like, what? Where's my phone? I just heard it buzz. Okay, cool. Whatever. And thankfully, like, I didn't even... Oh, by the way, I saw this comment, like, on the first episode. It's like, oh, like, check the audio. And I'm so sorry, because it wasn't until the third episode that I actually recorded the third episode early because I got a new microphone. And I was able to get that for quality. It's just because, I like to dry my hair sometimes, like, air dry it whenever I can. It's just, especially now, it would actually really help since, with the fever. Because it starts to actually keep my head cooler by evaporation. Um, oh, nice. Um, but, um, what am I thinking of now? Oh my goodness. Hair cooler. Oh yeah, I like to dry my hair, air dry it as much as possible. Just because it's like when I dry my hair lightly and then brush it, I always take out more hair than not. Um, plus it's just good for your hair to do that. So I try to do it when I can. So that's usually like the weekend, if I have a long drive to work. So I have this, because sometimes they'll have me travel for it. Like I think this Saturday I have to travel. Um, so unless something else comes up, you know. All right. Yep, got him. Damn, he actually just stopped fighting once I killed his mom. Damn, bro. Oh, you know what? I remember this. I'm just kind of mindless. I'm like, this thing isn't really dropping. I'm like, oh yeah, now I recall. It doesn't drop at all, really. It's like super, like, I might cut this out really if it doesn't drop this next time. Yeah, give me 1 second. Some of y'all are probably laughing. It's like, how did he? This is why you should read the quest text. Because I thought it was the one where I was killing the bears, right? For some piece of their corrupted essence. Nope. It's the one right before that, where I should be looking for around the beach for a dead bear carcass. Oh my god, I really am out of practice for this because that me 5 years ago would not have made that mistake. Oh my god, what a fucking goober. Ah. Jesus Christ, man. Yep, there we go. I'm gonna collect those 2 herbs up there. If 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 I can walk up, that is. There we go. Uh, I still have to level up my herbalism to like a reasonable degree. Oh, silver. It's actually kind of what I need. And I'm still debating on whether or not I make it like its own episode, or just to like do it on the sidelines, right? Because like I grind a lot. I need. All right, let's. Do I have any glass vials? I do not. What actually am I at? Oh wait, I've got the new ones, don't I? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, okay. All right, all right. I might actually have to go to a new zone. All right, I'll table that for later. But I do need to level up my herbalism at some point. In Lord Denal. Because I use this more as a podcast style format. So the grinding is not necessarily. Like, no grinding is not necessarily the point of it. And usually about an hour, 20 minutes is what I do. Um, so it's like, I don't know. It's like, do I include a grindy episode? You know? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Huh. Ooh. Also got some water there for later. I don't remember talking. I don't know if I talked about this. Probably not. As I don't often drink tea on the show, but my parent, I for like the longest time, whenever I'm sick, I just unless when it was more when I was younger, but as an adult, I just have this stubborn refusal to do so. But I don't drink hot liquids. You're like, wait. Haven't you talked about drinking Americanos every day? And I say, yes, because I don't drink it hot. I actually very rarely drink it fresh after the brew. I know that sounds disgusting. Why would I ever do that to my coffee? But, I don't know. I actually feel like I like the taste more once it's been sitting for a while and it's cold. Because hot espresso, it's just not as good. I'm gonna be honest. I just don't know if I like it as much. Plus, my throat gets like almost cottony and kind of scratchy whenever I drink hot liquids. So I've just never drank hot liquids. It just really messes with my throat, which is weird because I love coffee way more than my dad does. In fact, one of my Christmas gifts the last couple of years was my sister sent me all these foreign blends of coffee. I knew a guy who went to Germany for a wedding, and he also likes coffee and is a bit of a snob about it. And I'm like, so what'd you get? In fact, I was actually looking into a Chemex, because in a different kind of kettle, to make pour overs, because I do to an extent like hot coffee. And I want to really like if I have friends over, I'd really like to brew them a nice thing of coffee. But like I don't know, it's not like super high up on my list. And I just don't drink it hot either, so it's not like it's for myself. In fact, my nightly routine is I make my breakfast the night before, oatmeal with protein powder and a natural peanut butter. Sorry, and then I make my coffee. Then I floss my gums. Like every night if I can do it. Just because it's usually the last hour before I go to bed. So, I don't know. Let's see. Actually, I need more silver. You know what? What I might do. Oh, that guy's already dead. What I might do is make another cut. Pause the recording so I can grind up more of, like, I don't know, like, I might. Let's see. Because, like I said, I like leveling, but leveling is also a part of it is, like, that I miss is the grind. I like the grind because it's, like, for a viewer, it's a very, like, mindless, it's as mindless for the viewer to watch as they hear me talk as it is for me to engage in it. You know what I mean? So that's, I guess, why I kind of like it. Like, I love certain, like, YouTubers who, like, do certain things and just have it be kind of grindy while they talk. It's something to focus on. Um, so I guess that's why some people like really like Binding of Isaac runs, stuff like that. I don't know. Let's see. Why is he not doing that? So maybe after this quest, I might actually engage in some herbalism, grinding, just for the kicks and giggles of it. That way I can also give my voice some much needed rest in between in between, like, active parts of the recording. Let's see. I might cut it right now. Alright, I'm back. It was actually a lot less grinding than I thought it was gonna be, and I was already able to boost it from like 40 to, I think, what did I get it to? Yeah, like 92. Just with what I had on me, like the Briarthorn. That was pretty good. I'm like, okay, that's a start. That's a start for right now. I don't know if I'll do it like in vivo. In the future, maybe I said, I might do it as its own episode, or because I don't know. It might be like something I do on the side because it's like, here's the thing: professions is not like a side quest. It is something you do on the side, right? It gets experience. Sometimes it's capped by level that you can learn it at, or like monetary constraints. Like this guy's only level 15. He only really has 1 gold, right? So it's not like a huge amount to like spend on professions. Like my warrior just turned level 40. He has a cooking of 300. He has maxed out the OG, the classic cooking, as well as the uh as well as the sorry, as well as the classic fishing. Jeez. Oops. He's gonna attack me, so I better attack him first. Oh, okay. Oh, you know, I probably should have grabbed a napkin back there. Oh well, you know, is it still on my? It is not. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, here it is. Doi. Just for those who are like, oh my god, did he just do that? Did he just wipe his nose on his shirt? Man, I didn't know where they were for a moment. Give me a break. I can only do so much. I'm only so strong. um, whew. Yeah, and I got to level 15, but I think that happened before I did that, right? Yeah. I can't recall actually. I feel like it wasn't before I cut. So I spent a talent point. I got Soul Leech. I felt like that was just a little more helpful than what was the other one? Harvest Life. Yeah, it does more damage and heals me for more, but a Shadow Shield would actually be kind of nice. You know what I mean? You just need the shield sometimes for an extra buffer. Okay. Let's see. Let's also just, just get some going. There we go. Elixir of Wisdom, so I can do some more damage. Let's move it up. Okay. You'd say, why do you do this every single time? It's because I can literally order it no other way. My autism does not allow for such things. I also don't like using up all of one ingredient because of the said like slot, contrivance. So, oh yeah, I was about to say I should be coming up on it right now, shouldn't I? Just wasn't seeing it on the mini map. All right. Oh wait, I do have to use Shadow Bolt for that, don't I? The shield. Maybe I should have gotten it. Switched it. I could just get some Vanishing Powder, really, and switch it. Okay, I don't know if I really want to use Shadow Bolt. It doesn't, like, really fit with the model. And what's the next one? Soul Drain? The next, like, Drain ability? Yeah, oh, Drain Soul. Yeah. So, I don't know. It's not really needed right now. I could be playing suboptimally, but, like, really, I don't care. Ooh, okay. Oh, but that's agility. Yeah, the rat's hair vest is better. Well, actually, no, my robes are better. What? Because I don't really need stamina. I need the intellect. Huh. Foul ichor. Yeah, I know some people will be like, but like, it's right there. I'm like, yeah, but there are more quests. I remember that much. Come on. There are for certain more quests to go over there. I might cap it after I do this last quest. You know, because it's like 40 minutes, 20 minutes, more or less. The running in the back, running back, it'll be pretty close. And I'm like, that's a good end point as long as I come back and and just walk all the way back and end the quest. Over or under, it's still pretty close. So, all right. But I noticed when I went to Tedrasil to do the grinding for Silverleaf, because it just was a better use of my time than just running around Darkshore. And I noticed that there was like cut into tree roots. And I'm certain I've noticed this before, but now I have plants, and when I saw that, I was like, why though? Like, why? Because like it was treating the roots as if they were wood. And to my knowledge, the root structures are very different from that of the plant itself, I don't know, it was just something about it didn't feel quite right, but that could be a lack of understanding about how like arboreal roots really work. Yeah, I remember sharing a fun fact that the study of trees is dendrology, right? So like trees is its own study of like botany, just because of how like widely varied the study is. And so like here's another really wacky fact about trees. Most of the trees on Earth are like completely unrelated to each other. Like they all more or less developed their abilities independently. Right? It's actually kind of cool when you think about it. And I don't know, I actually find it really cool. When you kind of think about that, because I've heard other like facts spat at me, right? Um, that I think are kind of BS. Like I remember having somebody tell me, "Oh, did you know bananas are 50% genetically identical to humans?" I'm like, "Well, that means really nothing." Like, because when you think about it, like, all things trace themselves back to a common ancestor. In fact, that last common ancestor has a nickname, Luca, last universal common ancestor. Because, so what would, so like bananas, yeah, we share one big thing. Like, probably close to all, like eukaryotes. We're both eukaryotes, us and bananas. But you know what we share more DNA with? Apes. You want to know who we're closely related to? Chimpanzees. Right? I think we're like 98% genetically identical to a chimpanzee. And, right? So it's like, yeah, no. Like, and obviously a chimp looks a lot more like us than a fucking banana does. So, like, what does that even really mean? I don't know. So, like, whenever I hear that, I'm like, but that just, it means nothing. Fuck all is what it means. I don't know. So it's like every time I hear that, all I can think of is it sounds more impressive than it really is. I guess that part of it kind of bothers me to an extent that such facts are toted around when it really means nothing. Because, like, I think, what is it? All humans are like, I think 99% genetically identical to each other. And it's that one set of 1% DNA that actually differentiates each of us from each other. And that's like wild, really. Yeah, so like I don't know. I think I've said it before. I got my degree in my associates in science with a focus in biology, and then I ended up getting my undergrad in. I think I got it in. Oh, I need a corruptor's master key. What? Isn't that what I just got? Oh, I have to accept the quest. Okay, cool. You know, and I got my undergrad in physical therapy. So like I had to take quite a bit of biology and like health science and like, anatomy stuff to the point where it's like I'm learning all these sorts of things about just the way the natural world is. And I don't know, yeah, like I said, I hear these things a lot. You would not believe how often I actually hear them. And there's a part of me that always wants to be like, actually. And another part that says, like, really, is it worth it, though? Is it worth it? I don't know, part of me says it is, to an extent, to help better educate people. But, like, God, it is so pervasive. you know? I don't know. I just, there's like, there's a reason I play this game. It's because it's like one of those things I can do where I can just turn my brain off and just do something mindless. It's like, oh, my warlock, he casts shadow magic, and he has a little familiar, and then I just go about the world doing my thing. And a lot of times I actually listen to, podcasts while I do these things. I have this weird thing where, like, it used to be that if I've watched a video enough times, I can just listen to it seamlessly in the background. But now, if, like, there's a comprehensive visual component to the video, I have to watch it without doing anything else in the background. Like, I guess I suppose I could, play like WoW or something like that, just because it's mindless. But like reading, no shot. Yeah, and I'm reading like in another language right now, despite not really understanding all of it. Um, I have a German copy of Pet Cemetery, and you're like, why would you do that to yourself if you can't fully read the language? It's to help build vocabulary. It's just a method I would quite enjoy. Like personally, if I listened to more music, I probably would be listening to Bad Bunny too, for the Spanish aspect. But I just read a lot more. Um, I think like whenever my work makes me travel, is probably the only time that I ever listen to music like regularly. Because I used to like listen to it a lot in the dorm showers, and so I just do it that way. But now that that's the case, what do I listen to at the gym then? I listen to podcasts. They're just my preferred kind of tone out music. And it does feel. I remember something like, isn't it weird though if it like makes you laugh for some reason? I'm like, yeah, a little bit, a little bit. But like ultimately, I find it's harmless. You could just essentially say like, oh, maybe he's listening to a podcast and it made him laugh. At least that's what I would think. So let's try it. Oh wow. Okay, coolio. Um, my nose. My stomach's starting to mess up a little bit, so yeah, it's after this quest I'm gonna be done for the day. Ooh, wait, oh, that was spirit, damn it. Should be this way, right? Yeah, I'm just gonna knock him out real quick. I could fear him, but doesn't fear, end up aggroing? uh, maybe. Does... I can't actually remember. No, no, yeah, it's this way actually. No, wait, it's actually both ways. Oh god, like this is how little I've played this game since in the 5 years. It was actually kind of not at all. Oh, hold up. Got a little drip. Ooh. Oh my goodness. Ooh. Yeah, literally will always default to my shirt if I don't do it. So I need to have um napkins at the ready every time I do that. Old habits die hard another day. Um, but yeah, I just don't listen to a whole lot of music. And I don't know where it happened because I used to listen to music almost exclusively while I worked out. Like I had the one playlist I'd play every time, right? Um, like while I went to the gym, and that's what I would do. Um, but now it's like no, I just can't be bothered. I'd probably listen to it in the shower, right? While I'm like, like in the shower here at my house. But like to really hear it over the shower in a house or in an apartment, you have to play it pretty loud. And my dad works from home a lot, so that becomes kind of an issue for his co-workers hearing and understanding him, right? So I just don't bother with it, I suppose. Yeah, so I end up not really listening to music all that much, unless I'm like traveling. I used to like save that time for podcasts, but I already listen to podcasts when I play games like this. So it's just you know. Then I like watch a lot of long form content. I like put it on while I sleep. To the point where I've actually got a system of how I give my machines a rest when I either go to work or now that I have my laptop, stuff like that. Um, because like you really do have to like. I remember, oh my god, my boss, she has a work granted laptop, and she was like, oh, why is this not working? Why is this not working? I'm like, have you turned off your machine? She's like, no, I don't want to open up everything all over again. I'm like, what do you, what, huh? It's, do you use Chrome or Safari? Yeah, I'm like, because we get a Google account through our work. Yeah, I'm like, and it's like Chrome. I'm like, okay, then just Control Alt Tab or Control Alt T, right? That way, yeah. Now the work does give them a Mac. Well, if I'm not responding, it should be Command Mac tab, Command Alt Tab or Command Tab. Ugh, you know what I mean, So I asked if she uses like Mac at home or uses a PC, right? And she said like, oh, I use Microsoft. I'm like, yeah, that's what we use at my house too. I was just kind of astounded that like that I've made that mistake before with previous machines, and I'm determined not to do it again. Because like yeah, you can really wear down your machine over the course of just a year, right? By just not turning it off ever. Like that's why I'm kind of investing in something to help wake me up in the morning because I mainly rely on my phone. And I probably should turn it off at least while I'm at work just for that extra sake of rest in case I don't do that. But like yeah, it's like something I'm really kind of looking into solutions for because ultimately I do want to have a sort of longevity for these devices. And the real way to do that is just to follow very basic machine maintenance. Like you wouldn't leave an engine running all the time. You wouldn't um, you wouldn't leave like you wouldn't leave certain machines running all the time because they're not designed to do that. So that's just why you just can't be doing that. Oh, actually, yeah, I realized I have my Hearthstone again. So I'll be just Hearth back. Yeah, so that's just kind of how I see things. Uh, yeah, my guts are starting to boil, so let's turn in these quests. But yeah, no, it's just like I said, it's it's something I give a lot of thought to because like I said, I do want to really understand my machines, take care of them properly, you know. Then I have this guy. Oh wow, he's literally all three of them. Probably take that, or actually that, just to sell it. All right. Wow, what did I get there? I'll probably pick up those quests when I'm done here. All right. Catch you later, guys. See ya in the next one.